When it comes to intimacy, we often imagine men as bold, confident, and fearless in making the first move. Movies, stories, even cultural narratives paint the picture of the man leaning in, decisive, certain, sweeping someone off their feet with a kiss that feels both daring and romantic. But peel back that glossy image and you find something much more human behind that moment, behind that lean in. There's hesitation, there's doubt, there's an inner voice that says, what if I'm wrong? What if she doesn't want this? What if I ruin everything by assuming too much? This is one of the greatest fears men carry, though it rarely gets spoken aloud. The fear of misreading signals, the fear of taking a chance and being met not with warmth but with rejection, or worse, discomfort, because while rejection hurts, making someone feel uncomfortable feels unbearable. And so, even the most confident man, the one who might look calm and smooth on the outside, is carrying this quiet uncertainty in the seconds before a kiss. He wants to move closer, he wants to close the space, but he also wants to know, without a shadow of doubt, that she feels the same. It's not about being weak or insecure. It's about the risk that intimacy always carries. Kissing someone is not just an action, it's a vulnerable declaration. I want you, I'm attracted to you, and I'm willing to show it. That leap always involves the possibility of falling flat, and men, no matter how bold, feel that risk intensely. They might disguise it under charm or humor, but inside, they're searching for signs, a lingering look, a slight lean in, a pause in conversation, a softening of the voice. Anything that whispers, yes, I want this too. The fear of misreading signals comes from experience as much as instinct. Maybe in the past, he leaned in and got turned down. Maybe he thought he was reading the moment correctly, but she pulled away, leaving him embarrassed and second-guessing every future move. Those memories stick. They build a cautiousness that doesn't vanish easily. So in every new connection, no matter how strong the chemistry feels, that question resurfaces, am I imagining this, or is it real? This is why clarity is so powerful. When a woman gives even a small verbal or physical sign that she's aligned with the moment, it changes everything. Suddenly, that voice of doubt is silenced. Suddenly, the fear of being too much disappears. He no longer has to battle with hesitation, because the reassurance has already been given, and with reassurance, confidence flows naturally. Instead of holding back, he can step fully into the kiss, into the moment, without second-guessing. Imagine the difference between two scenarios. In one, he inches closer, heart pounding, wondering if this is the right time. He studies every micro-expression on her face, hoping he's not crossing a line. Even as he leans in, there's tension in his body, a hesitancy that makes the kiss feel cautious. In the other, she leans close and whispers, I want you to kiss me. Instantly, the air shifts. He doesn't just hope, he knows, and knowing makes the kiss electric, free of hesitation, charged with certainty. That's the power of removing the fear of misreading. What's fascinating is that men, often seen as pursuers, are just as hungry for permission as women are. They want to feel chosen, not just tolerated. They want to feel desired, not just accepted. And when that permission is given, when the green light is clear, it awakens something primal in them. The kiss stops being a risk and becomes a celebration of mutual attraction. It's no longer will she let me, but rather, we both want this. And that shared desire is what transforms the kiss from ordinary to unforgettable. The fear of misreading signals also reveals something deeper about men, their longing to protect. Many men feel a responsibility to ensure that intimacy is welcomed, not forced. They don't want to impose, they want to allow. So that hesitation before a kiss isn't just about protecting themselves from rejection, it's about protecting her comfort. The last thing he wants is to cross a boundary, and this is why those 5 words, or any clear indication, are not just helpful, they're liberating. They release him from the tightrope walk of guessing, and allow him to step into the moment with certainty and respect. Even in the most romantic settings, standing under the stars, sitting across from each other after hours of laughter, or walking together in a quiet street at night, that flicker of doubt still exists. Should I go for it now? Is this the right time? What if she's not feeling it the way I am? The brain runs through a dozen scenarios in a single second, and sometimes that overthinking causes the moment to pass. He waits too long, the energy shifts, and what could have been magical fades away. Not because he didn't want it, but because he wasn't sure she did. The irony is, often she is waiting too. She's hoping he'll lean in, wishing he'd just take the step. But because he's trapped in the fear of misreading, he holds back. Both people are waiting on the other, both are caught in hesitation, and the moment drifts away. This is the quiet tragedy of unspoken signals. Attraction unexpressed, connection missed, intimacy delayed, all because one person didn't know for sure how the other felt. So when we talk about those 5 words, or even any form of reassurance, it's not about giving men control, it's about giving both people freedom, freedom from the hesitation that robs moments of their magic. Freedom from the fear of rejection that turns a kiss into a gamble. Freedom from the silence that leaves two people wondering, instead of experiencing. For men, that fear of misreading signals is real, powerful, and often invisible, but when it's met with clarity, everything changes. There is a moment before a kiss, where everything hangs in the balance, the closeness, the laughter, the shared glances. They all lead to that pause where both people know something is possible, but no one has crossed the line yet. In that fragile space, hesitation can either build anticipation or create anxiety. What bridges the gap isn't always the kiss itself, but the words that make the kiss inevitable. A few simple words, 5, sometimes even fewer, can change the entire energy of the moment. They take uncertainty and replace it with clarity. They take guessing and replace it with knowing, and they transform a timid step forward into a confident embrace. Most people underestimate the power of clear language in attraction. We've been taught that mystery is sexy, that leaving things unsaid builds tension, that the most romantic gestures happen without words. But here's the truth. Mystery might spark curiosity, but clarity creates connection. When someone hears "I want you to kiss me," or "I've been waiting for this," what they actually receive is more than permission. They receive a wave of relief, confirmation, and excitement all at once. Suddenly there's no need to overthink or hesitate. The path is clear, and that certainty makes the kiss not only easier, but infinitely better. Imagine for a moment what happens without those words. He's standing there, heart racing, reading every detail of your body language. Is she leaning closer, or am I imagining it? Did that look mean yes, or just comfort? If I go for it now, am I rushing her? This overthinking steals from the moment. Instead of being present, he is scanning, second-guessing, rehearsing possible outcomes. Even if he eventually leans in, the kiss is colored by that hesitation. It's not wholehearted, it's cautious, and you can feel the difference in a kiss born from hesitation versus one born from certainty. Now compare that to the moment when those 5 words are spoken. You lean in, smile, and whisper, "I want you to kiss me." In an instant, his entire body shifts, the doubt evaporates, the overthinking disappears, and he feels invited into the moment instead of intruding upon it. His confidence surges, not because he suddenly became braver, but because he has certainty, and certainty is magnetic. A kiss born from that place carries fire, presence, and intensity that hesitation could never provide. These words don't have to be elaborate, they don't need to sound like a movie script or a line from a love song. Their power lies in their simplicity. The human heart doesn't crave poetry in moments like this, it craves honesty. A direct invitation is not only clear, it's intoxicating. It says, "I feel this too, I'm not waiting for you to guess, I want this as much as you do." That kind of openness is irresistible, because it doesn't just remove doubt, it adds fuel to the fire. People sometimes fear that being so direct ruins the romance, that speaking desire out loud makes it less special, but the opposite is true. Romance is not in the guessing, it's in the bravery of declaring what you feel. When someone says, "I want this," it heightens the moment rather than diminishes it. It makes the kiss not an accident, but a choice, and there is nothing more powerful than being chosen. This clarity also builds trust. In a world where so many are cautious about crossing boundaries, a few clear words communicate safety. They say you don't have to wonder, you don't have to question, I am with you in this. That safety allows him to stop holding back, to stop testing the waters, and to dive into the connection without fear. It transforms the kiss into something free, uninhibited, and memorable. There is also something deeply attractive about confidence. When you voice what you want, you're not giving away power, you're stepping into it. You're saying, I trust myself enough to ask, I trust you enough to share, and I trust this moment enough to let it be real. That kind of confidence is radiant. It doesn't make you look desperate, it makes you look irresistible, because desire, when expressed with certainty, is magnetic. It's the opposite of neediness, it's an offering, not a demand. The effect of those words lasts longer than the kiss itself. He may forget the exact setting, the song playing in the background, or what either of you was wearing, but what he won't forget is how he felt when you said them. He will remember the way certainty washed over him, the way you removed all doubt, and the way that kiss felt like a shared leap, instead of a hesitant step. It becomes a story etched in his memory, the moment you didn't just allow the kiss, you invited it. And it's not just men who benefit from hearing these words. Both people are transformed by the clarity, the one who speaks them steps into their own power, while the one who receives them feels chosen and secure. Together, they create a moment free from hesitation, where the only thing left to do is lean in and experience the connection fully. That is why 5 simple words can carry so much weight. They are not about filling silence, they are about creating certainty. Every relationship, every spark, every kiss is built on moments where doubt either holds us back or honesty propels us forward. And in those pivotal moments, mystery rarely serves us as much as clarity does. A direct expression doesn't weaken attraction, it intensifies it. It removes the invisible wall of uncertainty and replaces it with a door flung wide open. When someone says, I want you to kiss me, what they are really saying is, this moment is ours, let's not waste it in hesitation. And in that moment, hesitation dies, and passion lives. Attraction has always been wrapped in the idea of mystery. We grow up hearing that what keeps people hooked is the unknown, the subtle hints, the signals that keep someone guessing. And yes, there is a thrill in that dance, a tension that can feel intoxicating. But when the moment comes close to intimacy, when it narrows down to the seconds before a kiss, it is not mystery that makes the moment unforgettable, it is clarity. Because while mystery may draw someone in, clarity is what allows them to fully let go and step into the experience without hesitation. Think about it like this. If you've ever been on the edge of making a move, you know what hesitation feels like. It's a loop in your head, second-guessing everything. Is this the right time? Am I imagining the way she's looking at me? What if I misread this and ruin everything? That hesitation doesn't create passion, it creates fear. It puts the person in their head rather than in the moment. And passion cannot live where fear is running the show. Clarity, on the other hand, changes the entire emotional atmosphere. A kiss that begins with both people knowing it's wanted, knowing it's mutual, knowing it's welcomed, that kiss carries intensity. The energy shifts from maybe to absolutely, suddenly. Instead of a cautious lean, there's a confident embrace. Instead of the nervous brush of lips, there's the full expression of desire. Clarity doesn't kill the spark, it sets it on fire. There's an important distinction here. Mystery and uncertainty are not the same thing. Mystery is about curiosity, it's what makes someone want to explore you, to learn more, to discover layers. That has its place in attraction, but uncertainty is about doubt. Doubt paralyzes. It makes someone hold back, it creates walls between you and them, and when it comes to intimacy, doubt can kill the moment faster than anything. What clarity does is remove doubt while still allowing the mystery of who you are to shine. You can still be fascinating and layered, but in the heat of that moment, you've left no question about what you want. Imagine the difference. In one moment you're both close, your faces inches apart, the tension thick, but he's still wondering, does she actually want this, or am I just reading into it? That doubt makes him cautious, and even if the kiss happens, it feels restrained.
In another moment, you lean close and say, "I want you to kiss me." Immediately, the doubt is gone. There's no room for hesitation. He's not in his head anymore, he's in the moment. That clarity allows him to kiss you with the kind of presence and passion that turns a fleeting experience into a memory.
Some people resist this idea because they believe that leaving things unspoken keeps it exciting. They think that if everything is said out loud, the magic disappears. But what really disappears is the anxiety. The magic doesn't die with clarity. It's amplified, because when you both know what's about to happen, you don't waste energy on worry. You channel it all into the experience. The kiss becomes richer, deeper, more certain, because you are both free to give fully without second guessing. There is also something incredibly attractive about someone who can voice what they want. It's bold, it's confident, and it communicates strength. When you clearly say what you desire, you're not lowering your value, you're raising it. Because desire without games is rare. It shows maturity. It shows courage. And those qualities make you magnetic. It's not just about telling someone to kiss you, it's about showing them that you are comfortable enough with yourself to own your feelings and invite them in. Clarity also protects the moment. Without it, there's a risk of missteps. One person might lean in too soon, the other might pull back, and suddenly the connection feels awkward instead of magical. But with clarity, the timing aligns. Both people are on the same page, moving together instead of guessing. That alignment makes intimacy flow naturally, without the bumps of miscommunication. What's even more powerful is how clarity lingers after the kiss. Long after the moment has passed, he remembers not just the kiss itself, but the confidence behind it. He remembers the certainty, the way you removed doubt and replaced it with desire. That clarity leaves an imprint far deeper than mystery ever could. Mystery fades as questions are answered. Clarity lasts because it made him feel chosen, secure, and desired all at once. Think about the best kisses of your life. They weren't tentative, unsure, or clouded with hesitation. They were the ones where you felt swept up in certainty, where both of you knew exactly what you wanted and went for it. That's what clarity gives you. The ability to create moments that are not just physical, but emotional. Because at its core, a kiss isn't just lips meeting. It's the collision of emotions, attraction and trust. And trust cannot grow in uncertainty. It thrives in clarity. So when you hear the idea that mystery is everything, remember that mystery draws someone close, but clarity keeps them there. Mystery may light the spark, but clarity fans it into a flame. In that breath before a kiss, it isn't the unknown that makes it unforgettable. It's the certainty that both of you want it. It's knowing without a single doubt that this is exactly where you both want to be. And that knowing is what turns a simple kiss into a moment that lives in memory forever. There's a belief that voicing desire makes you vulnerable in a way that weakens you, that by admitting what you want, you somehow give away control or lessen your value. Many people hold back because they think silence preserves their power, as if withholding is the only way to maintain intrigue. But the truth is the opposite. Expressing desire is not weakness. It is one of the purest forms of strength. It takes courage to say out loud what you want. It takes confidence to look someone in the eye and let them know you're not hiding behind games or uncertainty. That kind of honesty is magnetic. When you say, "I want you to kiss me," you are not lowering yourself. You are standing in your power because you're showing that you trust yourself enough to own your feelings. Most people spend their lives avoiding rejection by playing safe, dropping hints, or waiting for the other person to make the move. But the person who can name their desire is the person who has nothing to hide. They're not begging for approval, they're declaring truth, and truth has a gravity of its own. Think about the energy difference between someone who waits silently, hoping the other person reads the signs, and someone who confidently expresses what they want. The first approach feels uncertain, almost like walking on eggshells, wondering if the other person is tuned in enough to figure it out. The second is bold, clear, and irresistible. It's not demanding, it's inviting. It doesn't come from a place of desperation, it comes from a place of security. Security in knowing that desire is not shameful, that wanting intimacy is not weakness, and that asking doesn't mean you're taking away power, it means you're sharing it. There's also a deeper truth: attraction thrives on authenticity. When you hold back your desire, you might protect yourself from vulnerability, but you also rob the moment of authenticity. You hide behind silence instead of showing up fully. When you speak it, you align your words with your feelings. And that alignment is what makes you powerful. You're not trying to manipulate, not trying to force, just revealing the truth of what you feel. That kind of raw honesty is rare, and rarity is what makes it so captivating. For men, hearing desire spoken out loud is not only exciting, but deeply affirming. It tells them they are not the only one carrying the weight of attraction, that they're not risking everything alone. It makes them feel wanted, chosen, and safe. And safety paradoxically unlocks passion. Because when someone feels safe from rejection, they can throw themselves into the moment without fear. That kiss becomes stronger, deeper, and more connected. By voicing desire, you're not only empowering yourself, you're empowering the moment. Many people mistake desire for neediness, but they are worlds apart. Neediness is saying, I need this from you to feel whole. Desire is saying, I want this because I already feel whole, and I want to share it with you. The first drains energy, the second creates it. When you voice desire from a place of strength, you're not clutching at someone, you're offering them something. You're saying, this is what I feel, and I trust you enough to know it. That kind of offering elevates the connection instead of diminishing it. Another layer of strength in expressing desire lies in how it disarms fear. Fear thrives in silence, in the unknown. When you put words to what you want, you strip fear of its power. Instead of worrying, does he know, will he take the risk? You simply clear the space for connection to happen. It's not weakness to clear fear, it's mastery. You take control of the moment, not by dominating, but by opening the door. That openness is strength, because it creates freedom for both of you. And let's not forget how unforgettable it is to be on the receiving end of someone's expressed desire. Long after the kiss, long after the night, the memory of those words lingers. Because attraction isn't just about the act, it's about how someone makes you feel. To be told I want this is to feel chosen in a way that strikes deeper than mystery ever could. It creates a memory of being desired, and that memory burns far longer than the silence of unspoken signals. So when you voice your desire, you're not risking weakness, you're stepping into the most confident version of yourself. You're showing that you're strong enough to speak truth, secure enough to share it, and bold enough to lead the moment. And in doing so, you transform what could have been an uncertain gesture into an unforgettable connection. When those 5 words are spoken, they do more than invite a kiss in the moment. They plant a message that goes far deeper than physical closeness. They say, I trust you, I choose you, I'm willing to be present here with you, without fear or hesitation. That message lasts far beyond the touch of lips. It becomes a memory, a feeling that lingers long after the night has passed. Because it isn't just about the kiss itself, it's about what the kiss represents when it's welcomed with clarity and confidence. So many people underestimate how much power is in the small signals we give. A kiss may feel like a fleeting act, but the emotions tied to it run deep. When you speak those words, you remove doubt, and with that, you give someone the gift of certainty. Certainty is rare in relationships, especially in the beginning. Most people walk into intimacy carrying questions. Does this person feel the same way I do? Am I moving too fast? Am I imagining this connection? When you provide clarity, you silence those questions. That silence doesn't just make the kiss easier, it makes it unforgettable. And this is why the impact of those words stretches far beyond the moment. He remembers them not only because they led to a kiss, but because they revealed something about you. They showed him you were brave enough to speak your feelings, honest enough to invite connection, and open enough to be real. That combination is rare, and it carves a mark in his memory. Even if years pass, he won't forget the feeling of being chosen with such certainty. That memory will outlast many conversations, many gestures, because it touches something universal, the desire to be wanted and the freedom that comes when we know we are. Clarity also creates a foundation for trust.
From the very beginning, you communicate that you value honesty over games, openness over guessing. That sets a tone not only for the kiss, but for everything that follows. It says, "This is how I connect with presence, with courage, with truth." And when someone experiences that from you, it makes them want to rise to the same standard. They feel inspired to be equally honest, equally open, equally unafraid. So when you speak those 5 words, understand that you're doing far more than initiating a kiss. You are giving someone a glimpse into how you love, how you connect, how you show up in relationships. You are leaving them with a memory not just of your lips, but of your courage. And that is why long after the moment has passed, long after the physical spark fades, they will carry with them the imprint of that certainty, the memory of being chosen without question, and the feeling that in that moment, nothing else mattered but the truth you both shared. At the heart of it all, intimacy isn't just about the kiss itself, it's about what leads up to it, the emotions it carries, and the meaning it leaves behind. Men often fear misreading signals, which makes clarity the greatest gift you can offer. Those 5 simple words spoken with honesty and confidence transform hesitation into certainty, turning a tentative moment into an unforgettable connection. Mystery may spark attraction, but clarity is what deepens it, because it allows both people to be fully present without doubt or fear. And when you voice your desire, you don't lose power, you embody it, showing strength, courage, and authenticity. In the end, the kiss becomes more than just lips meeting, it becomes a lasting memory of being chosen, desired, and trusted in the purest way.